It started on a chilly Monday morning during a press conference on Capitol Hill. Senator Elizabeth Warren stood firm at the podium, her tone sharp and unyielding. She criticized Elon Musk by name, calling out billionaires who profit from the system while refusing to pay their fair share. The moment was captured live and instantly went viral. Across social media platforms, clips of her speech flooded timelines. Supporters hailed her boldness, saying she had finally said what many had been thinking. Others accused her of stirring class warfare. Elon Musk, never one to back down, quickly took to Twitter with sarcastic remarks and thinly veiled jabs aimed at Warren's credibility. But Musk's responses didn't land well with everyone. His tweets, often flippant and mocking, were met with both amusement and discomfort. Political commentators began to question whether Musk's online behavior was helping or hurting his public image. One thing was clear: this wasn't going to blow over easily. Cable news outlets picked up the story within hours. Each network dissected Warren's statements and Musk's responses in minute detail. Pundits debated the implications, with some praising Warren's courage and others defending Musk's freedom to push back. The ideological battle lines were quickly drawn. As the news cycle intensified, hashtags like #TaxTheRich and #WarrenVS Musk dominated Twitter's trending page. Every late-night show opened with a punchline about the feud. Warren's team capitalized on the attention, releasing follow-up videos and tweets reinforcing her stance on wealth inequality. Meanwhile, Elon Musk found himself in an uncomfortable spotlight. Despite his usual confidence online, his team reportedly urged him to lay low. But the drama had already taken on a life of its own. This was no longer just a policy debate, it had become a cultural moment. In an effort to regain control of the narrative, Fox News brought in a Trump-aligned press secretary for a primetime segment. The goal: to discredit Warren and defend Musk as a job-creating visionary. But the plan backfired almost immediately. The host, unusually confrontational, asked pointed questions about Musk's tax history. Caught off guard, the press SEC stumbled through her answers, visibly uncomfortable. Her attempts to pivot away from the topic only made things worse. As the segment continued, her frustration turned into visible panic. She stammered, paused too long, and misspoke more than once. The live segment became an instant meme factory. Social media users clipped the most awkward moments, pairing them with laughing emojis and reaction GIFs. Commentators from both the left and right couldn't believe what they had seen. It was less a defense and more a public unraveling. Within minutes of airing, the video had already been shared across every major platform. YouTube creators uploaded reaction videos. TikTok users lip-synced her stutters. On Twitter, #FoxNewsMeltdown began trending alongside #WarrenWins. It was political theater at its most chaotic. David Pacman, a progressive YouTuber, posted a reaction video that quickly went viral. In it, he could barely hold back laughter as he analyzed the press SEC's body language and verbal misfires. His fans flooded the comments with jokes, theories, and celebration over the collapse of spin. Even mainstream outlets couldn't ignore it. CNN and MSNBC replayed the clip during their political panels, and even conservative outlets had to acknowledge the bizarre nature of the meltdown. The clip had transcended politics; it had become entertainment. Memes exploded across the internet. One popular format showed the press SEC frozen mid-sentence with a caption, "When you didn't study for the debate but still showed up." Another had her face juxtaposed with Musk's tweets, underlined by the word doomed. The internet was relentless. Ironically, the chaos had boosted Elizabeth Warren's campaign donations overnight. Her website saw a spike in traffic, and grassroots supporters rallied behind her even more. Her team leaned into the humor, retweeting memes with captions like, "When the truth hits harder than expected." As for the Trump press secretary, she reportedly canceled all upcoming interviews. Her team issued a vague statement about media bias, but the damage had been done. Her moment in the spotlight had turned into an unforgettable symbol of political failure, and the internet wasn't letting her forget it. Elon Musk, known for taking controversies head-on, decided to go live on X, formerly Twitter, to clear the air. The live stream, initially expected to be a calm rebuttal, quickly spiraled into a chaotic monologue. Musk jumped between topics, from taxes to aliens to electric catapults, leaving even his most loyal fans confused. Halfway through, he angrily questioned why billionaires were being punished for their success, while sipping what looked like a protein shake. Viewers flooded the chat with mixed reactions, some cheering him on, others typing, "Is he okay?" repeatedly. The press labeled it a stream of consciousness meltdown. Clips from the live stream went viral almost instantly. One particularly awkward moment, where Musk paused for 12 seconds staring into the camera, became the most memed frame of the week. Financial analysts began wondering if this unfiltered outburst could affect Tesla's stock. It was more than a bad PR move. It was a digital unraveling in real time. In stark contrast, Elizabeth Warren maintained a calm and composed media presence. While Musk flailed online, she appeared on several talk shows, delivering pointed arguments with clarity. Her approval ratings climbed, especially among independents and younger voters disillusioned with billionaires. Even previously neutral outlets began to acknowledge Warren's political savvy. She didn't gloat, but she didn't have to. The contrast spoke for itself. She was calm, direct, and policy-focused, while her opponents looked increasingly unhinged. For the first time in years, Warren trended not just as a critic, but as a serious leader. Her campaign team leaned into this narrative. They launched a series of campaign ads titled "Steady in the Storm," featuring clips of her composed responses alongside chaotic reactions from her opponents. The message was clear: while others panic, Warren leads. Back in the Trump camp, things weren't looking good. Sources inside the team leaked that senior advisors were furious with how the press secretary handled the Fox News segment. Meetings were held behind closed doors, with some calling for her immediate replacement. Rumors swirled about who might take her place, including names from previous Trump administrations. Conservative influencers debated her performance on podcasts, with some defending her, while others called it the worst messaging disaster since 4 seasons total landscaping. Meanwhile, the press SEC herself remained silent. She was reportedly reconsidering her role in the campaign, though insiders suggested she was being pushed out. The internal fractures in the team were becoming more visible, and the fallout wasn't over yet. Trying to salvage her image, the press secretary appeared on a morning TV show wearing a softer look and a carefully prepared tone. "I was under immense pressure," she said, eyes slightly misty. The hosts nodded sympathetically, but the audience wasn't buying it. She offered vague explanations and shifted blame toward media bias and gotcha questions. Social media exploded again, this time with sarcastic hashtags like #SorryNotSorry and #FoxFlopContinues. The sincerity just didn't land. Viewers could tell it was scripted damage control. Some conservative pundits tried to rally behind her, but the moment had already passed. The internet is rarely forgiving, and this time was no different. Instead of restoring her image, the interview reminded everyone of her viral meltdown. The meme cycle started all over again. Weeks after the initial clash, the dust had settled, but the political landscape had changed. Warren's assertiveness elevated her as a serious contender, while Musk's reputation took a bruising beyond his usual online antics. He'd gone from tech genius to Twitter rants guy in the public eye. Media experts began dissecting the incident in documentaries and opinion pieces. It wasn't about taxes, one said. It was about tone, about who looked like a leader and who looked like a meme. The phrase "total collapse" became shorthand for political and PR disaster. As the 2026 election cycle loomed, both parties reevaluated their media strategies. No one wanted to be the next viral laughingstock. Meanwhile, Warren's team quietly smiled, sipping coffee in campaign HQ. They hadn't just won a moment, they had reshaped the game.